Good evening crew, it's trick-floor.fr, and today we're diving into one of the most satisfying mechanics in water tanks.
Ramming time.
I'll show you the best equipment to turn your tank into a battering ram, the cool skills you'll need, and of course, some of the best tanks in the game for making your enemies regret parking in front of you. Alright, let's kick things off with equipment. For example, I'll use the VK30-01D. First up, improved hardening. This is non-negotiable. More hit points, tougher tracks. Why does that matter? Because smart enemies will try to track you before you slam into them. Hardening makes sure you stay rolling, at least for a small amount of time. Next, the small liner. Super underrated, but an absolute beast for ramming builds. It cuts the damage you take in half. And if you slap it in the right slot, you're looking at 60% less incoming ramming damage. That's massive. And finally, the turbo. Simple rule, more speed, harder hits. You can go with a standard turbo or the experimental turbo, which also works great. With these three pieces, hardening, small liner and turbo, you're basically strapping rockets and armor plates onto your tank and telling it to become a guided missile. Now if you want a more hybrid build, you can swap out the small liner with something else. But if you want pure ramming power, stick with these three. Now, talking about the crew skills, equipment alone won't do everything. Your crew matters too. For a ramming setup, here are the priority skills. Control impact, this one's the crown jewel, obviously. Off-road driving, better mobility on rough terrain equals faster rams. Smooth ride and snapshot, less dispersion, so you can still shoot accurately while lining up the ram. Quick aiming helps when you need that extra snap before or after the ram. And engineer, 1 km/h can go a long way. Other perks are nice to have, but these are your must-haves. When talking about field mods, they will vary depending on tier and tank, but in general, prioritize dispersion buffs, track durability, and reverse speed. Quick tip, don't sacrifice accuracy for aiming speed. It's really not worth it. Now you might be asking, how do I know if my tank is good for ramming? Easy checklist. Can it hit at least 40 km/h? And does it have at least some frontal armor? That's it. If you got both, you can ram. For an example, the AMX-50B, not a fortress, but that 290mm armor plate on the nose, plus mobility makes it fantastic at ramming. The IS-7? Big armor, big speed, perfect. Of course, you can try ramming in a KV-2 for the memes, but don't expect the same results. It's more like throwing a brick than a missile. Here's a list of tanks that really shine for ramming. AMX-50B, IS-7, Panzer III-4, Panzer V-4, VK30-01D, E-75TS, Pantera, E-50M, KV-5, and the list goes on. Before you go charging off though, here's the golden rule. Ramming is a skill. It's about timing and positioning, not just speed. If you're going after a light tank, don't tunnel vision. Make sure you won't get shredded by enemy fire while doing it. Think of ramming as a tool, not a suicide button. If you're fighting two enemies, ram one and shoot the other. That's efficiency. But if you're up against 3 or 4, trust me, I've tried, and it usually ends with you back in the garage. And that's it for today's guide to turning your tank into a steel balls. If this helped you out, drop a like, maybe subscribe for more water tanks tips, and I'll see you in the next video. Now go out there, pick your target and send it. See ya!